Obviously, Riverside was tough. Ken, did you get done what you wanted to do tonight?
In a way, we did. It was a game where we really wanted to do a better job of executing on both ends of the court. And I think because of the limited amount of guys that they have on their team right now because of injuries, and a couple that are ineligible, they're in a position where they played the matchup the whole game. And it did not do us a lot of good in working on our man-to-man offense. At the end, we ran some of our zone sets and actually some of our man sets against them. But there's some positives. We made free throws. We shared the ball. Nobody got hurt. Got a chance to play a lot of guys. So there were some positives. But I was hoping that they would have more depth and be able to play some man against us. I think that would have helped us on the heels of our game against Riverside.
What's Mike Ladd's situation? How long do you think he'll be out?
I don't know. As of yesterday was the last time I talked with him and the trainer, and I knew he was out for tonight's game, and he's questionable for Saturday.
Any update on Abe? How's he doing with that thing?
I know he's out for at least 3 to 4 more weeks, so I just don't ask him very often, but I think he's doing fine. Well, he is out of the boot. He's been wearing a boot for a while, and I think he got released from the boot yesterday.
All right. Progress.
You talk about the play of Brock, just being physical, 6 offensive rebounds down there.
Yeah, Brock did a good job. Brock had a double-double, I think probably the first of his career, barely, 11 points, 10 rebounds, but he did that in 23 minutes of play and did some really good things. I was very happy with his 6 offensive rebounds.
Does he seem to be making the adjustment to playing more of a pure post as quickly as you'd like?
Not as quickly as I'd like, but he's doing a good job with it. He's obviously not a true post player, but when we get him the ball 10, 12, 15 feet from the hoop, he's also a threat to drive it and get to the rim. So he's a more modern day post player.
Good to be home, get a win,
Yes.
break the streak.
Yes. It's nice to be home and play here at Beasley. Obviously, we wish there would have been a little better crowd, but on a Wednesday night and after losing 3 in a row, we can't expect a whole lot more right now. So hopefully, we'll get a better crowd Saturday.
Faisal went 5 of 16 from the floor tonight. Do you think there are times where maybe he's trying to do a little bit too much offensively?
Yes, but we need him to. He didn't shoot the ball well tonight, and a lot of the concentration, again, like I was mentioning to Howie, was on execution. And I'm sure, being the shooter he is, and me saying pass, 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 let's get some assists tonight as a team. That's hard because you're putting a guy in a predicament where every time he gets the ball to shoot it, he's thinking, well, should I really shoot it or should I pass it? And so I think a lot of his shooting percentage tonight was my fault based on what I communicated to him and the other guys. He'll shoot better next game.
Anytime the other team has more turnovers than you do, you have to be somewhat pleased with the defensive effort, especially in the first half. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Take the first 20 minutes.
Well, the first, I want to say 5 minutes or 4 minutes, we had 3 turnovers right away, and that was disappointing. But from that point on, I'm glad that we didn't turn it over, 15 or 20 times like we did a couple games last week. And then I think they just got fatigued. I mean, the kid that had 5 turnovers played all 40 minutes, and the young man that played 36 minutes, he had 4 turnovers. That's a lot of minutes for those guys.
Talk about the guys that are ineligible, not out there helping you out that normally are. 28 bench points tonight. You're spreading out the scoring. Devontae, 10 points. Patrick came in, 8 points. Let's talk about the overall spread of the wealth tonight.
Well, and that's what's nice about a game like this. Naturally, you like to win games, let's just say in the Pac-12, when they really, really count, and it just means more to the program. But in a game like this, you're trying to get the best out of it, whatever you can, and it's great to be able to play more guys, and it's really nice when they have some success. So You know, Pat hit those 2 threes in the second half, and we pulled him out, wanting him to sit on that success, and hopefully he feels good about how he performed, because we need him to be able to shoot shots from the perimeter.
How quickly do you dwell on the good and bad on this game before you start turning to focus towards Eastern, because they'll be here faster than you know?
Right. We will get busy with Eastern tomorrow, and we have a lot of respect for them. They're doing a nice job. They gave Gonzaga a heck of a game. They gave Oregon a great game down there in Eugene. They've beat some really good teams as of late, and I think they're at Idaho tonight, and that should be a heck of a game. So we understand how good they are as a staff, and we'll try to educate our guys and make sure we're ready to go on Saturday.
Okay, now we'll take questions from Bud on the mic.
Apparently, we're still waiting on Coach.
go ahead.
Hey, Bud,
Coach, ready to go?
ready to go.
Okay, there you go. I couldn't hear you too well, so I don't know if you heard the question. Just we talked about trying to find a little rhythm and a little confidence, especially on the offensive end of the court. Mission accomplished tonight.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, you know how us coaches are. We always want excellence, and it wasn't excellent. But I think the matchup threw us off a little bit. We did not really expect that, and we didn't really prepare for it. So we did the best we could against that. But I think at times it made our offense look a little bit out of sync, which it was.
Yeah, I thought in the first half maybe settled for the three-pointer a little too quick on that sometimes.
We did. Early in the game, that first 10, 12 minutes, we settled for the three quite a bit, although they were pretty open looks. And so it's hard not to, because those kids were open.
I thought, though, when you did have the patience and reverse the ball, you were able to get some real good looks inside.
Yeah, you're right, we did. And that was an emphasis tonight. Let's just keep sharing the ball, sharing the ball, sharing the ball, because we could probably get great looks instead of good looks. And there were a number of possessions where we were able to do that.
We talked before the game that this is a Grambling team that had a little trouble shooting the basketball, but you were concerned about making sure you're able to stop the guards from getting penetration. And about a 7-minute run with no field goals for Grambling. Were you happy with the defensive effort?
Not really. I thought that they still had possessions where they drove on us, that we have the ability to stay in front of them, and we didn't do it. So we'll be right back out on the practice court tomorrow working on that again.
Take a look at some of the numbers from this game. Brock Bowden with his first career double-double.
Yeah, that's good to see. And he did that in just 23 minutes of play. Real happy with the 6 offensive boards that he got out of the 10 total.
Just talked with Reggie Moore on the post-game show. He leads the Pac-12 in assists coming in. Had 7 tonight to bump his average up a little bit more. But still, he hunted his shot a little bit on Sunday against Riverside. Took just 4 shots in this tonight. He said he will start scoring when that is needed. Is that an okay thing as far as you're concerned, or would you like to see Reggie trying to become a little bit more of a scorer as well at this point?
Well, if he scores when it's needed, that's perfect. So if he can do that, that's great. But what I'm most proud of is the fact that he only had 1 turnover tonight. And he struggled a little bit down in LA during the tournament of taking care of the ball. Maybe that was because I played him too many minutes. You and I talked about that on Sunday. But I'm glad that he was able to share the ball. He found guys, had 7 assists and only 1 turnover tonight.
One of the things we've talked about too is your guards will need to help out on the rebounding. Charlie Enquist, not a guard, but career high 6 rebounds tonight. But Marcus Capers, who plays a guard, 6 rebounds, and Devontae Lacey, a career high 6 rebounds as well.
Yeah, our guys did a good job getting in there and getting involved. And it wasn't just our bigs. And when there's that many missed shots, there's a lot of rebounds to grab. So I'm glad we grabbed a few.
The win tonight and try to get a little momentum going at home, but a tougher opponent coming in on Saturday, the Eastern Eagles, Saturday afternoon.
Right, Eastern's really good. They've got a nice club. Kirk Earlywine was there, left a good group of players, and now Jim Hayford's doing a great job with those guys, and they're playing well, they're confident, and they play hard. So we definitely have our work cut out to be able to go up against Eastern Washington.
All right, we'll look forward to that one on Saturday. We'll talk to you on the pregame show.
All right, thanks, bud.
Ken Bowen, head coach of the Cougars.
All right, we're all good? Thank you guys.